Here you can see the Sea of Okhotsk region. As we understand it, Sea of Okhotsk was surrounded 4 different regions of Russia. It's Kamchatka, Magadan region, Khabarovsk region, and Sakhalin. And during some maybe 7 years, we tried to summarize all data which we know about concentration of weights of different staging places in this region. For this, we make summation of our investigation, which we started in 1978, and all published papers, including even 100 years ago. This map, you can see the internationally important staging places which we can identify. Also, I make a special marks the rather huge areas of coasts where nobody from ornithologists never walk, not only for waders but for any birds. You can understand how many we don't know. And I prepare some pictures, some tables, just for example, for some species, how many we know. And this is for Dunlin, one of the most studied species. This is, you can see the spots, the staging place during northward migration, southward migration, and both migrations. And for each species, we have a special table where we input the maximum 1-day count for each point and total estimation if such estimation was made. This is another species, is a redneck stint. You can see the staging places which has international importance. Also, some same table for this species, and just for example. Of course, we know also we have some information about other staging point also, but if we have not exact count in data, we not include it in our tables, in our maps. This map for international important sites for black-tailed godwit. For Kamchatka is a common breeding species. And just for breeding places, we have not evidence for decreasing of the number of these species in Kamchatka. This is just for example, the table for this species. It's one more species, a Mongolian plover. Is not so numerous species, but it's also a common breeder in Kamchatka, in the mountain area. And we have rather big concentration, especially in Kamchatka. In Kamchatka, we have only one subspecies, and we make estimation for one person just for Steinigeri subspecies. Just for Kamchatka. In case of Sakhalin or Magadan area, it can be 2 different subspecies together. This one more example for not so studied species, but interesting for us. It's ruddy tombstone. You can see in the spring, only one area in Kamchatka is very famous for rather big concentration. During southward migration, only West Kamchatka. Rather few information, but we try to find more in the future. Of course, we know there are other places probably international importance for waders is probably rather many in another area, but the information, we have not exact counting data. And as I said before, also very significant part of the costs of the Sea of Okhotsk is not completely not studied. And of course, we will continue these works. And after we finish this database, we can distribute it free. Also, more than 10 papers about some species published in Russian now, maybe will be published in English also. Thank you. I try to speak briefly because we have not so many time now.
That's fantastic. Thanks so much. And so do you want to just jump in now to your next talk still, or?
Yes, okay.
If that works for you, sure.
Oops, sorry.
If you're just joining us now, we had some technical difficulties early on, so we're just rapidly getting both of Yuri's talks in at the back end of this session, and then hopefully we'll have a few minutes left at the end for questions for Dimitri and Brigitte and Yuri.
Can I start now?
Yep, absolutely. We can see it and we can hear you.
Yes, now I will be speaking about one point where we work during 7 last years. It's this point located slightly more south from that area where Dmitry is working in West Kamchatka. If we start this work in 2014 because new road appear. It's not common road, it's a road along the pipeline. Just for working in Far East of Russia, the road is very important because helicopter is too expensive, but road is a very small number, especially in Kamchatka, in Magadan area. And we start this work 2040 with the support of Asia Waterbirds Conservation Fund and continue till now with support of Birds Russia. It's just an example of our field camp. And I need to explain this staging place. It's quite small. It's 5, even maybe 4 kilometers and to 1 kilometer. It's quite small area, but even such area is rather interesting for us. And one of the main our work was making a counts of per day counts of all waders during low tide. In total, you can see we made almost 180 counts, and 26 species we can find there. It's just example how the total number of the waders on this small area. This is August 2015, but other years it's about the same. Just in first year of our investigation, we can find that this rather small area quite important and has international importance for, we can find 46 species of waders. You can see the table, the how high percentage of for some shorebird species, especially for Mongolian plover, is the highest number. Also very interesting observation for whimbrel. It's not so connected just with staging site. For staging site, just mud flats. Sometimes the whimbrel use it like a roosting place. Maximum count was 3.5 thousand. In adjacent tundra, just behind of our lagoon, it's more than 5,000. But especially interesting was one observation when we during 5 hours, it was in 2014, 14. During 5 hours, we can see a lot of flocks of whimbrel, in total number 28,000. If we compare for for Flyway estimation, it means more than half for all estimation for all Flyway. But we think the real estimation is too low, because it wasn't. I think it's impossible to one point in Kamchatka during 5 hours to see more than half of all population of whimbrel for all Flyway. Also, we have there two mysterious species. As the long-billed dovich, maximum count is 500 birds, and the western sandpiper maximum 1,000, maybe even some thousands. And common, this species is common every year in counting and catching. But both of these species are American species, and we have not any evidence in good concentration south from our areas. I couldn't find any information about concentration of these two species in the Asia. We don't know. Probably they fly from us to America, but it's very strange because. And also we try to make some it's like assessments of possibility of using counting of waders in staging players for monitoring the population size. You can see what we have, but I think it's not really good monitoring, because for good monitoring we need to make it in at least some of places, not one, because it's long this kind. Also, every year we have mist netting. We use only 5 or 6 mist nets. It's enough for us for catching. It's some picture of our work from last years. In total, we caught more than 13,000 waders, different species. It includes 33 spoonbill sandpipers. It's maybe the main reason why we continue work to that point every year, because quite good catching for these rare species. Also, 2 years ago, we made one spring counting, but for spring we use another method. I explain it in my presentation. But in total, we counted. We in spring we counted flying past birds, because migration is very fast in spring. You can see there only 2 days is a so huge number. But in total, is this small point more than 150,000 waders stopped for short time. The total counted number for spring in 2014. Thank you.